Hello friends, I hope everybody's doing well. Okay, so today we're working on Miss Lisa's 2011 Subaru Legacy, and her complaint today is about the air conditioner not getting cool enough. So the first thing you're going to want to do is you want to inspect the belt. This has a multi-accessory belt on it, which runs everything: power steering, air conditioner, compressor, and alternator. And you just want to make sure there's no cracks in it. And the belt is tight because this has like a self belt tensioner. Like my truck, for instance, is older. It's a 1992, and that has 3 separate belts on it, and each component has its own belt. Like the alternator has its own belt, the air conditioner compressor has its own belt, and so does the power steering pump. So you want to make sure that the belts are all tight enough and there's no cracks in the belt, because if the air conditioner belt is a little too loose, that'll make your air conditioner not work right either. So far we have good tension on the belt, and the belt is in great shape, so we don't have to worry about that. And inside the car, we're going to go inside the car. This is the second thing you want to check for, and I'll be right back. Okay, so another thing you want to make sure of, you have a recirculation button here. If you don't have this pressed in and you don't have it set on recirculation, what happens is the outside air will come in mixed with the air conditioning, through the air conditioning vent, and then you're going to think that there's something wrong with the air conditioner. My truck has a manual lever in it, so you want to always make sure that's on recirculation. When I used to do cars, time and time again, cars used to come in with the complaint of the air conditioner not being cold enough, and sure enough, the recirculation button wasn't pressed in. And another thing you want to do is it's always nice to have a thermometer inside the car, and we'll go back out right now and I'll show you what you have to do to hook up the refrigerant. Okay, so you're going to have 2 ports, okay? One's going to be the low side, and it has a cap on it, and there'll be an L on it, and it's usually like the bigger line. And then you're going to have the high side port, which is here, which will have an H on it. You want to recharge the air conditioner through the low side right here. So I have the cap off, and the refrigerant that I have left over is the Walmart store brand SuperTech, and it claims it has what's it have in it? Sealer and conditioner in it, and so forth. Now the hose that's on here is a longer hose, because the hose that comes with the SuperTech, I did do a video on that. It's too short, and it was really hard to work with. And so let's get started. I'll hook this up. We're going to start up the vehicle, and we're going to check this gauge here. We're going to look at the gauge, and let me see if I can put this somewhere where you could say. Okay, right on here in the green. The low side reading is actually your temperature reading here. Now if you have gauges, you can hook one side of the gauge up to the high side and the other to the low side to get your readings, and the high side should run somewhere, if I remember correctly, between 350 and 500 pounds it should run, but we're only doing it through the low side. So let me get set up for that, and we'll get going with it. Okay, so as I said, with this hose, it's a longer hose, it's easier to work with. You want to keep your can facing straight up and down. On this here is where we took the cap off that had the L on it, which is the low side. And on this right here, before you clip it on, you just want to take your 2 fingers and pull this up get it down on there and let go of that, and you'll hear it click on. And then you're good to go. And what we're going to do right now is we're going to start the car up, turn the air conditioner on, let it run for a little while, and I want to get a temperature reading of the thermometer that we just placed in the vent in there, and I'll be back in about a second. Okay, so Miss Lisa's checking the thermometer in the car right now. What's it say? What's it say? About 62, 63. Okay, so it's too warm in there. So we got this gauge here that's down below here. So what we're going to do is we're going to put some Freon in, and I'm adding to it right now. Okay. Remember, we want to be in the green here. Always stay in the green. You don't want to overfill the system. Now I can hear the cooling fan kicked on, so there the compressor was not staying on. It was cycling because it was low on Freon. Miss Lisa, you want to take a look at the temperature now and see where it's at? All there is on this is a trigger that you pull. It lets the Freon in, and you want to have the can facing straight up and down. Sometimes once you get the gauge up in the green here, sometimes on a really hot day, the car is just sitting here. You would want to take it for a ride so you get some cool air coming through the air conditioning condenser, which is located right in front of the radiator here. If the air conditioning system is bone dry and you want to recharge it, the compressor's not going to start to work until you get some Freon in there. But then I suggest buying a can of just plain sealer that has a little bit of refrigerant in it and add it to the system to try to stop the leak. If the Freon leaks out right away, then you want to just take it to the auto repair shop and let them diagnose the leak, see where the leak is coming from. What do we got in there now? Temperature what is it? Oh, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Yeah, it's pretty good. That's pretty good. How does it feel touching the vent? It feels colder? Alright. Alright, so I'm going to keep on. This wasn't a very full can. It wasn't filled all the way. But it had enough Freon in here to do what we're doing today. Because I think what we're going to do here is I'll get a little more Freon in it and we'll take it for a ride and see what temperature we get out of it. I really don't want to press anymore. I don't want to push it here. Because we're in the green here. It should be okay. If you overcharge it, it won't work right either. So I'm going to put you on pause a second and go inside the car a minute. Okay, so we're in the green here. So we're going to leave it at that. And what was the temperature in the car? I forgot already. Yeah, it's like 57, 58 in the car, but we're going to take it for a ride. It's a big improvement since 65 it was originally, so we're going to take it for a ride. We don't want to push it any more than this. We're right where we're supposed to be here. Maybe I'll just put in a very little bit more. This can's almost empty anyway. But like I said before, we don't want to overfill it either. Okay, so, okay, I'll be back to you soon. Okay, I'm back again, friends. We have a reading of about 59 degrees. And how does the air conditioner feel to you now compared to before?
Much colder.
Okay, so the air conditioner is much colder. If anybody has any questions, if I missed anything, just leave me a question or whatever in the comment. And also, I want to point this out, which is very important. Always wear your safety glasses, especially wear your safety glasses when you're doing the air conditioning work, because everything's under high pressure and everything like that. And if there's a mishap, at least you can protect your eyes. So I want to thank everybody for watching. I hope somebody gets something out of this video here, and I'll see you all on the next one. Thanks for watching, and stay well.